The bartender slid me a napkin and said, "Keep acting like you don't speak Greek. Don't react to what they're saying about you." I looked up to see 3 men in the corner booth. One had a scar from eyebrow to jawline. The other 2 looked like they lifted cars for fun. I read the napkin in Greek. "They think you're FBI. Planning something bad. Play stupid tourist." My blood went cold. I was FBI, 6 months undercover infiltrating a Greek organized crime family. My cover was solid. 3rd-generation Greek American who didn't speak the language. Nobody was supposed to know. In Greek, Scarface said to his friends, "We handle this tonight." Boss said, "Make it look like a robbery gone wrong." I kept my face blank, watching the baseball game. The second man responded in Greek. "How do we know for sure? Dimitri's never wrong. Guy's been asking too many questions at the gym. Background check came back too clean. They were talking about me. So, what's the plan? Follow him home. Do it there." I texted my handler. "Cover blown. 3 hostiles planning to follow me home. Need extraction." Response: "Extraction team 20 minutes out. Keep playing dumb. Exit through kitchen if you can." The bartender came over. "You need something else? Can I use your bathroom?" He pointed toward the back, through the kitchen. His eyes met mine. He was giving me an out. Behind me, Scarface said in Greek, "He's moving. Petro, go check." I went to the bathroom with Petro breathing outside the door. Came back out, walked through the kitchen past the back exit without looking at it. Petro spoke into his phone in Greek. "Looks clean. We'll take him when he leaves." The bartender's eyes said, "Don't leave yet." My phone. Extraction delayed. 30 more minutes. 30 minutes with 3 men planning my murder. I took a sip of warm beer. Hand steady despite my racing heart. Scarface sat next to me. "You like this place?" "Yeah, it's good." He switched to Greek, watching my face. "This one's definitely FBI. Look at his posture. Back to the wall, eyes on exits. That's training." I laughed at the TV, showing nothing. Finally, extraction 5 minutes out. Black SUV. Move fast. I stood, stretching, through the window. Black SUV at the curb. The 3 men stood too. Behind me in Greek. "Petro, you take your car." We box him in at his apartment. I walked to the door. It flew open. "Federal agent! Get in!" I dove in as tires squealed. Through the rear window, the 3 men burst out, confused. "How'd they make me?" We reviewed footage for hours. Found it 3 weeks ago at the gym. A guy behind me spoke Greek about his wife cheating. For a fraction of a second, my face showed sympathy. That's when they knew. Next morning, the bartender's Nikos Papadopoulos. Been feeding us information for 5 years. His nephew was killed by them 10 years ago. Kid was only 20. Last night, he said he wants to go all in. Wear a wire, testify, whatever it takes. They'll kill him. He doesn't care. He wants Dimitri Stavros in prison. We want you to be his handler. Over 3 months, Nikos wore a wire at his bar. The key moment came when Dimitri tried to bribe him. On tape, Dimitri said, "I take care of people loyal to me. 50,000 now. Another 50 when this is over." Long silence. Then Nikos, voice shaking with 10 years of rage. "You killed my nephew 10 years ago. Andreas, that junkie kid stealing from me? That kid was 20 years old. You beat him to death in an alley and left him like trash. I've been waiting 10 years for this. Everything you said is on tape." The FBI heard every word. We burst in. Dimitri held a gun to Nikos' head. After a tense standoff, we took him down. 8 months later, trial. Wire recordings were damning. Bribery, murder confession, illegal operations. Guilty on all counts. 40 years federal prison. Nikos cried when they read the sentence. 10 years of patience. Finally justice. Witness protection relocated him to Arizona. At the airport, he shook my hand. "You saved my life that night in the bar. Next time you go undercover, practice your poker face." That moment of sympathy at the gym, that's what gave you away. 6 months later, a postcard from Phoenix. "The weather here is terrible, but I sleep well at night.